Hello, Jenny Hall here for Trinity Stamps. Today I have a really sweet card to share as we feature this week one of our designers, Danny Bondurant from Love Danny Studios. I'm using her Love and Happy Thoughts stamp set paired with the Slimline Bunny stamp set from our March release. I'm in love with that little bunny. He is so cute. I'm going to be coloring with my ink refills, and I keep them in a palette all the time and they dry back, but that's okay. All it takes is a wet brush and they are ready to go. Here is a piece of watercolor paper, and this is the smooth side. There's always a rough side and a smooth side. I'm using the smooth side because I plan to stamp onto the paper after it's colored. I'm using a few coordinating Atelier ink refills, and these are like paints, and you drip them into your palette and they work really great. They're nice concentrated ink. And so I'm going to feature kind of like a blue theme. So I'm put down some purple, and then I've added blue and brought the blue up into the purple. And then this is the teal color, and I'm going to do the same thing and make sure that there's lots and lots of that beautiful blue. One great thing about these ink refills that I'm not sure holds true with all others, I don't know, but these hold their color once they're dry. So it might dry back a little bit and have a little bit of that dry hazy look, but not by much. So the color that I'm adding right now is going to stay true color, which is really great in knowing what you want your finished project to look like. So here's the panel, and I made another panel earlier, and you can see that you can get a more watery, painterly look. And then here's another color scheme with red, pink, and orange, and those are all ink refills. They're really cool the way they work together. So I'm going to flatten this out a bit by holding it down on both corners and then placing it in my Misty 2.0 with that stamp from Love Danny Studios. And then I'm going to use some Ink on 3 Juicy Embossing ink. I'm going to stamp this 2 times, and that's because watercolor paper oftentimes doesn't want to take embossing ink. Or another way to do it is to kind of hold pressure there for a while and give the paper a chance to soak up because it's slow soaking. And then I'm going to add some white embossing powder, and look how well it stands out. That background is a really nice bold color, and so it shows up nicely. Now I'm going to use one of Trinity Stamps' modern embossed rectangle stack dies, and I'm going to cut that out so that it has a nice embossed edge around the outside. Now here's a scrap of paper, and this is Express It blending cardstock. You could also get really good results from Nina 80 Pound. And I've stamped it with some blackout ink from Ink on 3. And this is just the little single bunny image from the Slimline Bunny stamp set. I really like that stamp set because it has a slimline image that has bunnies that are doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And then it also has some really nice sentiments and 2 different bunnies that are just single bunnies. So it can be used as a slimline stamp, or it can be used in lots of other different purposes. So I'm going to repurpose it today and not make a slimline card. And I love that Trinity adds this option into some of their slimline stamps because it really helps to be able to stretch our supplies. This is some very simple Copic coloring, and I'm just adding some T1 to the outside of the bunny to give it a shaded look so that it doesn't look uncolored. And then I'm adding a few other very simple, not blending anything out. There's no die set for this little guy, so I am going to just take a few minutes and fussy cut around that outside stamped edge. My panel is going to go down with some double-sided foam, and I'm also placing the little bunny with a piece of foam on his back. And then now we have it on a top folding A2 sized card. as an embellishment, I had to dig through, and there were so many options. I thought, wow, I'm having a hard time. But I settled on these boiled sugar jelly drops, and they're enamel clear with a flat back, and they have little hearts. And the reason I chose those is because they let the colors show through and kind of take on the color that's behind them, which is really, really pretty. It's almost like little sparkling spots and little hearts to go along with the theme of the card. Here is a white gel pen that I'm adding highlights to, and I just love this card. It's so sweet. It has handmade touches, and the color is something that really makes me happy. I love these colors. Thank you for watching our video today. Please subscribe to the Trinity channel if you have not already, and ring that bell so that you're notified when there's new uploads. The rest of this week, we're going to feature more products from Love Danny Studio. Thanks for watching.